So that debate last night was rough, right? Not just for the candidates, but for, all of us, because honestly, it's tough to really take away anything productive out of a debate with so much heat. But here's the thing. We don't really do false equivalence and both sides ism on this show. We just try to tell it like it is. And here's how it is. We're going to bring some facts in to clear some of this up, starting with this. So first off, prescription drug prices are actually up 3% since Trump took office. That's according to the Consumer Price Index. That's pretty straightforward. Now on insulin specifically, Trump has cut into costs for some Americans. A plan announced earlier this year caps the cost of insulin at the pharmacy counter at $35 a month, only for a small subsection of seniors enrolled in specific private insurance plans. The more telling stat, average insulin costs around the country remain at $300 per vial, with most patients requiring multiple vials per month. So is it as cheap as water? Maybe like some high-class Gwyneth Paltrow endorsed mineral water, but not like Aquafina.
Excuse me, Portland, the sheriff just came out today and he said, I support President Trump.
This won't take long to deconstruct because it was one of the most straightforward lies of the night. The sheriff of Multnomah County, where Portland, Oregon is located, tweeted during the debate, "I have never supported Donald Trump and will never support him." This claim and immediate response is basically the equivalent of a free space on a bingo card. This exchange can be tied to something else we saw last night, though: the candidate's support among law enforcement. Trump has called himself the law and order president and has gained support from police unions like the Fraternal Order of Police, the nation's largest police union. But Trump's claim that Joe Biden has no support among law enforcement just isn't true. In fact, a list obtained by Fox News found more than 175 current and former law enforcement officials who endorsed Joe Biden for president.
The Democrats that run these cities don't want to talk like you about law and order. I think it's a party issue. You can bring it.
Crime in American cities is most certainly not a party issue, as President Trump has claimed before. For starters, the vast majority of all U.S. cities are run by Democrats because generally left-leaning people live in cities, whereas most conservatives live in the suburbs or rural areas. Violent crime has been decreasing over the last few decades, but the murder rate across American cities is up 28% this year so far compared to the same period of 2019. And cities run by Democrats and Republicans have seen a similar uptick. All of this under the Trump administration.
And the fact of the matter is violent crime went down 17%, 15% in our administration. All right. It's gone up on his watch.
Hey now, did you think we weren't gonna do one on Biden? This line stood out to us because, well, it's not quite right. While it's true that violent crime rates dropped 16% during the Obama administration, the rate of violent crime under Trump has been almost completely flat, something you can easily lose sight of based on how many things we've seen on fire in the news lately. Now, when Biden has talked about crime on the campaign trail, he's usually comparing violent crime during the Obama administration with the murder rate under Trump, which is actually higher. But that's kind of an apples to oranges thing, like the darkest possible apples and oranges. And that's not even what Biden said here. So yeah, that takes care of a few falsehoods out of like 400 from debate night. You can't say we didn't try.